So you don't think that you're a thirst trap?
My DMs might. I don't think I am, but my DMs tell me I might be. Like I
I
might
love
be.
that.
Oh my god, it's great. Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to Social Grenade with the GOAT today. Like, I know y'all weren't expecting this to show up in your feed today, but the GOAT for real 216 is my new best friend. Hey, my new best friend. How
What's
are
up,
you?
Bestie? What's up, Bestie? How are you?
Hi, buddy. I'm good. So, Goat and I got to spend almost a week together. It felt like a week, anyways, in Georgia while we were having some fun with some locals there in Georgia. And we got to learn a lot about each other and the different ways that we function out in this social media world. And we are different in our approaches to social media, but neither one is wrong and neither one is right. They're all just a fit for whoever is in whatever lane. I want to know, first off, like, how did you first discover your celebrity?
Well, the first time, okay, so I think I probably had, I don't know, 50,000 followers or something like that. I mean, it was enough that, like, what happened was, I remember I had like around 35,000 followers. I'm driving my kids home one day, right? And, they're like, Dad, I'm on your TikTok. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? And they're like, you have 30,000 or 32,000 followers. I'm like, I don't, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? And he's like, that's kind of a lot. And I'm like, it is.
Is it? I know, like,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. I'm like, he's like, Dad, that's kind of a lot. He's like, I'm telling you, I'm like, okay. So I started doing a little bit more research and I was like, well, I mean, it's more than the average bear, So I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I remember I had about 50,000 followers and we were at the dealership that I was running at the time.
So you were still working at a dealership and growing your TikTok.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, my process was to go work all day, shoot content, raw content behind the scenes, go home, chop it up in CapCut for an hour or whatever it was, and post. I mean, that was my life for probably a good 2 years.
Wow.
So, but I remember, so we're walking out of the dealership, me and my buddy Mike. He was one of my sales managers. I was the general manager at that time, and we're walking out to our cars, and all of a sudden, this guy pulls into this parking lot, Robin. And like, I promise you, like pulls in, like kind of almost screeches his tires. And we're like, are we about to get, like, what's going on right now? And he's like, go, you're the man. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And that was the first time that it ever happened to me. And I was like, oh, wow, I wasn't planning at 50 years old for this phase of life. Like, you know what I mean? To like,
Right.
Wait a second, I'm getting noticed in public. And it started happening, and a lot after that. But that was the first time. And it was both shocking and surprising, but it was also, if I'm being honest, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. So it's funny because like it's happened to me a few times and I obviously stand out in a crowd because I like have the blue hair.
Yeah.
But you never really know, like if you don't have a huge following like you do, like, and I don't have a huge following, but I am consistently out there all the time. And I was at NADA in Las Vegas and the kickoff party was at Allegiant Stadium. And you'd have to know, like I grew up in California, so I used to be a huge Raiders fan. Like the majority of my life, I was a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, back when John Madden was our coach, awesome. And we had the snake throwing the ball, and we had Matusak and Alzado. Like that's how long I've been watching football, right?
Yeah, so, Ted Hendricks.
Yeah, for sure. Like so to be at Allegiant Stadium, even though they're now the Las Vegas Raiders, I was like, this was going to be really cool. And I wasn't a dealer, so I actually traded badges with somebody who didn't want to go so that I could get in because I just wanted to be there. I didn't care about the rest of the crap that was there. I just wanted to be in that stadium.
Yeah.
And as we're coming out that night, chasing down our Uber to head back to the hotel, I hear this voice that goes, Robin Wilson, is that you? And I'm like, yes. And someone just comes up to me, they wrap their arm around me and they just start shooting a selfie. And I'm like, hey, you,
awesome.
Like, I don't know who they are. Like I had no idea who they were. And so that has happened a couple of times and it always just kind of catches me off guard a little bit because we put ourselves out there as semi-public figures. And then because of the magic of social media, people feel like they know us.
For sure.
And because we're authentic, right? You're authentic.
Yeah.
I'm authentic in the crap that I do every day, like 100%. Like this is just the real shit. And so, so people feel like they know us, which is what we teach and train on. That you want them to feel like they know you, but
For sure.
not just your peers. You want the customers to feel like they know you before they get to the dealership.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
100%. Yeah.
that's the goal. That's the damn goal. So,
Right.
what was your first viral video?
So the first one that I would consider viral, which it did 500,000 views, was
Gosh,
so I'm
dang.
at the sales tower and I'm running the store, running the, running the desk, running the sales floor, just the whole thing, doing the car guy thing. And we had a young salesman there. His name was Kyle, who I love to this day. And he had just started a couple weeks ago, real young, 23, 24 years old, but super sharp kid, right? Had the look, definitely going to be successful. I had a soft spot for him right away. I'm like, that kid's got something. But he's from a different generation. Our generation, wake up, go to work until you can't work anymore, go home, overeat, pass out, get up, do it again. That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But
Shot of whiskey to calm the voices in your head, and then
whatever gets you right, exactly. You call the voices, and and so he comes up to me while I'm recording, because that's what I would do. I would just go put my phone down and record for a couple hours and whatever happened happened. So like I was posting and I was getting maybe like 20,000 views occasionally here and there, but he comes up and starts talking to me about vacation time and Gen X car dealership general manager. Look, I hear that, and I'm in the middle of working like 4 car deals, talking to banks, whatever. And he's like, "Hey, boss, that vacation time we talked about," and I'm like, I'm going to go back and look at the video to say exactly what I said, about paraphrase it. What it was, what are you talking about? You just started, go sell a car. Why are you talking to me about vacation right now? Like, almost,
oh, I
like
get it,
kind of fake
100%.
disappointment almost. Wasn't
Mhm.
really disappointed in him. He had talked to me about it. But like he was bothering me about it at a point in time during the day too, where I was like, really right now, Kyle? And so anyways, the long story short, I
So
kind
it
of,
was just part of your guys' back and forth, right? And like,
yeah.
so he understood that you were just
He
fucking with
knew,
him.
he knew because he knew I liked him. He knew I was being crass and kind of sarcastic, funny, but it did not look that way on camera.
But
On camera, it was not. It was not a. It was not a very
it was not a good
positive.
look for you,
Like it
was it?
just didn't look good, bro. It just didn't look good. Yeah, I mean, and
Like you
so
were all of a sudden the old car dog GM that everybody like stereotypes as, you know what, you don't have time to pee. Just go sell another car.
that I make fun of. Like those are
Yeah.
the guys I
Right.
pick on and make fun of. Like you need to be different and better. And here I am. I fillet this young guy, and you can't hear in the background, but he's kind of chuckling. But you don't hear that. All you hear him say is something like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll put it in the chat or whatever. The Slack or whatever." And I went home. I edited it up, posted it, thought nothing of it. Went to bed, woke up, had like 250,000 views overnight.
Wow.
And it was absolute terror, Robin. It was, I am talking, the comments were so maybe well deserved because of how, if they didn't know any better, but it was
Right.
bad. It was bad. I was the epitome of,
Did you feel the need to go in and defend yourself to all of them?
when I went
Like,
into
did you do that?
no, not defend myself. I kind of just was like, I said, no, I told the truth. I was like, we were kind of joking, just so you guys know. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like, I'm not backing off my statement. It is too early to talk about vacation. It is like retail time right now, and you're bringing this up, and whatever I go. And Kyle even would get in the comments, and he's like, no, dude, he was joking. You don't understand. He's the best boss. But no one wanted to hear it. I
Yeah.
was the epitome of rude,
That's the mob. That's just the mob mentality, right? Let's just beat up on this dude
Oh,
because he's the essence of everything that's wrong in America.
correct. So that was the first one. That was exciting. And I tell people all the time, real quick, like my sister called me crying because she couldn't stand all the comments, how mean they were being to me.
Oh,
And I'm like, Trisha, I love you, but like I just went viral. I don't care why. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And but that was the first one. Yeah.
And so then, so like, right. So you like talked about the videos before that would get like 20,000 views. You're like, blah, blah, blah. I know there are people out there like, oh my God, I wish I get 20,000 views. Right.
Yeah.
So right now, what is a flop for you? Like if you post a video and it gets less than what, and you're like, that one flopped.
Well, so like right now it's an odd time. I'm glad you're bringing that up because that's a good question. So my content has shifted in the past 90 days from being inside of a dealership, running a department or whatever, the store, whatever, doing my job, working deals, and people like to see me do that. I get a lot of comments, and we'll get into that, but the people like to watch me work deals because I think it's apparent that I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing. And B, I usually am, you know, I can be pretty humorous during working those deals, whether it's messing with a customer or a salesperson
Mhm.
or a banker or whatever, a wholesaler trying to bump them on a
Right.
trade, whatever. So people like me in that vein. Now, what I'm doing now is trying to transition and switch over into more of a training role, into more of a kind of authority role as far as an expert in the business, not so much working every day in the business at a store. And so my views are here for me right now. Sometimes I'm like, why am I even posting? I'm used to getting 250,000 views every time I post, or close, maybe
Right.
100, maybe 100,000. Today I'll post and get 8,000 views, and I'm like, that it still doesn't, I'm still adjusting to that. Now I have some things going on in the background that I think will get me kind of back into that vein where people like to see me, and I'm very close to figuring it out. But right now, I mean, if I get, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I'll get 10,000 views now. Sometimes I'll get 30 or 50 or 100, but
Right.
it's everything's a flop for me right now because I'm used
But
to,
but don't you think that it's because you're niching your audience into a different
yeah,
vein? And so, I mean, I think about like the 150 and the 250,000 views, and those are all well and good. But like when we were speaking last week, like with Ina, right? And go, okay, but if we're wanting to monetize, if we're wanting to take content, get it to the right people, and then monetize that and go, look, I offer training services.
yeah,
Like I've been doing this long enough that I can teach your sales team how to get more views. Like,
yeah,
okay, so for example, in our class that we had last week, so we had some automotive salespeople in there, and then we had some small business owners in there. You convinced one of the guys who is a regenerative farmer
yeah.
to make his first post on TikTok. His first post on TikTok, like he had no other videos before it. And like the last time I looked, did you see how many views it has so far?
I didn't
Like it had
look.
over 20,000.
Oh, easy. I bet he's got to be 30. He's got to be 40,000 views. I bet you right now.
Yeah.
Because the last time I looked, I think I remember seeing the three in the beginning. But
And not
um,
just that, people are engaging with him. Like they're asking valid questions back and forth. Like he has set himself up because of that video that he made. And it was literally about starting your tomatoes indoors, right? And and I mean, I just think about that, and I think about the training that you do, and that salesperson that was at the store in Georgia.
yeah,
I mean, like taking his videos that where he was used to getting like two, three, four, 500
right.
views, and now he's topping over the 1,000 views all the time now
Yeah,
with just some minor tweaks from some training from you, right?
yeah.
And so now, as you are heading in that vein, are you not okay with the fact that you're going to get 10 to 15,000 views now, but there'll be people that are sucked into your universe because they're like wanting more training,
I'm
and we can
okay
help
with it.
monetize that.
Again, car guy, you know what I mean? Certain persona. Yeah, my ego's not okay with it,
I'm
but
sure.
my brain is okay with it because I know what's happening is this, is that I have maybe followers falling off that all they wanted was me doing a video about somebody having a 420 credit score was funny to them, picking on the salesperson, and that's cool. I still love to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's why they followed me. And so now
I
I
mean, is
come up,
420 bad? Is 420 bad? I
yeah,
mean,
420, yeah, right. And so that's why they followed me then. So now they see me coming on talking about social media training or a product that I've aligned with or something like that. And it's just not their entertainment. And like
right.
really like I as a scroller and consumer myself, I am so okay with it. Like That's cool, man. If that's what you liked about me, that's one aspect of me. I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
liked it. I'm glad we connected. Here's a different side of me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
resonate as much with you, that is totally, totally cool. I get why you're doing this. It's for entertainment. It's to get out of the world. It's kind of
It's the
like you're
click out. It's the check out for a moment.
correct. So when you do that, you want to spend that time on something that entertains you in the way you want to be entertained. If hearing me talk about social media training isn't entertaining, unfollow me. I don't want you to follow me because what a lot of people forget, Robin, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but is that unengaged followers can hurt your account.
Right.
You can have
I
250,000
preach it
followers.
all the time.
If only, if 240 of them, 240,000 of them aren't engaging with you, they're serving nothing but a number.
Right.
So I will tell you my
It's just a
engagement.
vanity metric at that point
It
because
right.
like I will take over dealership social media when I come in and they'll be like, we have like 15,000 followers on our page. And I go straight to their engagement and I go, no, you don't.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
you do not. And
no.
like at some point in their time, like on Facebook especially, they will have bought followers. They
Yeah,
like paid some company in India that just did a click farm, and
yeah,
they were just literally going through that. And then I spend the next, I don't know, millennium getting rid of those people on their page. And they're like, should we just start over? And I'm like, yes.
yeah,
Zero is better than this because like just like TikTok, I'm sure Facebook will hold that against them, that they'll look at this big number and go, but you have this many followers and only like 300 or 400 are engaged, like that percentage point, like they're like, so your stuff isn't that interesting to these people, so we're not pushing it out.
yeah. No, so my ego is a little sometimes not okay with it, but I am okay with it because to your point, I will tell you this, my engagement ratios are way higher, three times higher than
That's
it.
what's important.
Right, exactly. So my engagement's higher. So for what I'm trying to do with this, the second part of my whatever you want to say, it's more appropriate. So you got to be okay with it.
It's your second season.
Yeah, it's my second season, whatever. Right? It's probably my third season. It could be my third or fourth season. I don't know. I've tried a lot of different stuff. This could be like, but it's cool. So yeah,
So I want to talk about your training because I think that you bring such value to the table because not only are you like a social media person, you're somebody who literally slugged it out in the dealership for decades.
mm,
And that's what's important, that you have the two pieces married together. That is so important to dealerships who are looking to get their sales team like just moving, just do something, right?
right.
And so, but if they don't necessarily want to commit to being an influencer and just want to attract more customers, like, is there a plan for that as well? Or are you just one trick pony and you can only create influencers?
Yeah, no, there's definitely a plan for that. Because as you know, being friendly and getting to know each other on a personal level, that's where my heart's at. I want to help the next salesperson. At the end of the day, I would love the idea of going and helping whole dealerships, small business owners, big rooms full of people. That's awesome. To me, it's just as cool to be on a Zoom call with one guy and being like, hey, dude, do me a favor, move your captions over here, put a picture up behind you on the wall over here. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and working with one person. So, yeah, I mean, it's not just, full level come to your dealership and train. I have virtual training platform that we're building out right now with
Nice.
Ina, who you know. And so we have the virtual training. I have a free ebook coming out, which
Wow, I love it.
yeah, that's gonna be super cool, and so I'm excited about that. And then, we're also gonna have a course, so which will be kind of a blend of 3 in-person sessions with somebody, but it's also and a dealership version of it as well, where it's a Zoom room kind of thing. So
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna have 5 or 6 different things that will allow you to engage with me and pick my brain for my experience and me pass on. So yeah, it's going to be a well-rounded solution. Right now, it's just in the beginning stages, but yeah,
And I love that because I think we're finally getting the dealerships to the point where they're like, matter of fact, I was filling out an application to speak at NADA next year today, and I think about it like this. I think about the dealerships are really pushing their salespeople to now push more content to social media. But and I know that there's nobody at the dealership that's training them on what to do, whether it's Facebook or TikTok
right,
or YouTube or Insta. Nobody's telling them what to do. And so what you'll see is, Mr. Dealer watching this video, what you'll see is, although you've mandated via their pay plan that they do this thing, if they don't understand the rhythm of the platform, whichever one they're on, and how to make it hum and how to get pushed out into the news feed, because it's not so important that, like I used to tell this to dealerships all the time, it's not important that when they come to your Facebook page, they see all of this stuff. I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get them to come to your Facebook page. I am trying to interrupt the news feed. I'm trying to interrupt the thumb scroll, and I want your content to get in there.
Yeah.
And right now it's not getting in there.
Right.
It's not going in there. And so, how are you teaching them anything if you don't know how to do it yourself as a dealership?
Yeah.
And so that's the tough part. So I believe that social media trainers like you are very important, because the understanding of the platforms is so missed. And I get it, because if we look at a lot of, and I'll say it all the time. I'll say the word boomers all the time. Don't care, because I am one. So quit crying.
You are.
And so a lot of boomers that maybe they don't use social, they don't consume social media, then they don't understand that platform.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand how radio works, but you know what? I still listen to it.
Yeah.
I still consume it. I don't understand it, but I still consume it, right? And so you don't need to know that it does work. And it is entertainment, and entertainment evokes conversations, which start engagement, which starts sales. Like, you cannot have a sale without talking to a human.
No.
And it doesn't matter if it's face-to-face or if it happens online.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting to me? I've never understood this. You and I have never had this conversation, but if you let's look at Instagram, let's look at Facebook. Obviously, that's your domain too. So you know that platform even better. So you can correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, and I know for sure on TikTok, hundreds of salespeople. Right? The videos might stink, but it doesn't matter. Hundreds and hundreds of salespeople. Where are the sales managers? Where are
Nowhere.
where are the finance?
Never.
Where are the
Never.
where are the finance managers?
Never.
Where are the general managers? Where's
Nope.
the dealer principal? Why aren't these guys doing it? So you get up and you go and you say, "Hey, I need you to do a Facebook post today. You're not working hard enough. You're not doing this." And I'm looking at the dealer like, "Bro, you don't even have a TikTok. You just told me you've never even downloaded it, but you need him to go make a post because you don't want to spend any more ad money." I got it. Hey, listen, your name's on the building. Run it how you want. I'm cool. But what I'm saying is, so if we don't have management doing it and mastering it, how are they supposed to show the salespeople how to do it, right? It's very, you see what I'm saying? There's a disconnect there. You know what I mean?
There is. It's like I'm going to make my kids go to church, but I'm not going.
So
it's just the same exact thing.
There's a couple guys. I mean, there are a couple sales managers that are on there that are consistently on there, but not a lot. I mean, it's a fraction compared to the salespeople. And I'm looking at it going, well, if you're going to make it mandatory for him, why doesn't the dealer make it mandatory for you as a manager? You're a manager. Do you know the guy? Put MGR on the back of a business card and watch how many more people engage with you. Same on social. They know you're a manager, like a shot caller. You know what I mean? That's who they want to talk to. They want to get around the salesperson.
Yes. Karen, can I speak to the manager?
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's on TikTok. DM him. Yeah. So, but anyways, so that's always been interesting to me. So I'd like to figure out how to do that. I would like to figure out how to get the message out that management needs to be doing it.
Your platform is where you should be getting it out there, right? And then you've just got to grab a couple of managers by the hand and take them through it, and then go, look, I'm going to make you the example, but I need you to be. You have a large team. You have 19 salespeople, and you need to be the leader of these people. If you want them to do X, you have to do X.
Yeah.
And even if it's not at the same volume, right? Like, let's say that we expect the manager to post 3 times a week because he's got a zillion freaking things to do, apparently. And I mean, and literally, like, when you were a manager, what did you do? You set your phone up on your desk and you just recorded. That's it. And then you went home and went, is there any content in here?
That's it.
And unfortunately for most, and this is what I've discovered, and you and I have discussed this, is that those people that fall into a management position where they were probably good at sales and they got promoted, or they were horrible at sales and they got promoted. I never know which one it is. It's like one of the two.
Yeah, they showed up on time.
It's never the average guy.
Yeah.
It's never the average guy.
Yeah.
And they got promoted, and they're so in the wrong part of their brain all the time, and they never make it to the other part of their brain where they're like, this is funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just irritated with their salespeople all the time. And so they don't find any of it humorous, because they're like, so I had a sales manager, a new car manager that worked at the Kia store I worked at. And I'm going to call him out because we're friends and he knew he's an asshole.
Okay.
And his name was Shane Merriam. And Shane Merriam, when I think about the DISC assessment, right? I don't know if you've ever taken one.
Mm-hmm.
Shane was one of those people that when you asked him a question, he wouldn't answer right away. Like he would process every optional answer that there could be before he would give it to you. And I'm a high D on the DISC assessment. I'm like, right now, answer this, da, da, da. And I would come up to the tower and I'd go, hey, do we have any XYZ in? And he would just sit there and he wouldn't even speak to me. And he'd just keep looking at his computer screen and not saying a word. And I would like, after a while, I just get frustrated and walk away. And he's like, where are you going? And he handed me a Post-it note that had the list of the things that I'd asked for. Right. So to get him to do that would have been like murdering puppies.
Yeah.
Like he was never going to do it. And most of the salespeople he thought were idiots. So like he wasn't going to engage with them. If they came up and talked to him, he would be that guy that would go viral for the bad things because he was just such an asshat all the time. And I'm not kidding you. Like we're friends. We're still friends to this day. But it's like he wasn't the guy that you would go, hey, Shane, you got to do blah, blah, blah. I mean, literally, I think one time while I was at the dealership, he and I gotten into an argument about something. And he was like, why don't you just go back down to your office and play on Facebook or something?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm fixing to hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that for every sales manager, like that's going to work. But I think that there are enough out there that, I just think their personality types sometimes are just so different. And we see it through our lens because you and I see everything as content.
Yeah, everything.
Like I see everything as content. And I just don't understand when someone else doesn't, right? One of the best, so we have a company that we handle all their social for them. They're called Air Star Charter. They're out of Georgia. They picked up an NIL athlete and he broke his morality clause pretty early.
Oh. Jesus.
But while we were researching other charter airline companies, because we're like searching for like what kind of content should we post, this one guy that just books charter flights literally just keeps his phone on all day long.
Yeah.
And then he'll put them on speaker. And there's this girl that calls in and like she knows she's TikTok famous because like she found out after the fact. And she's like, what do you mean you can't get me in the next 10 minutes? I don't care that it's $125,000. I need to get to Palm Beach.
That's the girl who's got the dad. That's the girl who's got.
Yes.
I love that guy's videos.
Yes, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so he thinks the world is content.
Yeah.
Like he gets it, right? He gets these privileged turds that are calling in and she'll call in now and she'll be like, am I on? Are you videoing me again?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the flip in mindset really is that, if you think about when they first created like the first reality TV, right?
Yeah.
People had to be going, what? Why are we watching this? And we don't know why we're watching it because we just want to peek in.
Correct.
We just want to peek in. Yeah. And that's what everybody else wants to do at the dealership. They just want to peek in.
Especially the dealership. There's such a
it's a scary place.
Yeah, there's so much stigma, wizard behind the curtain, what's going on, what's really happening, what's my real rate, what's my real blah blah blah. That like when you let people in like that, some stuff happens that's kind of amazing. Like they're like, okay, well now I know you're not a scumbag. Now I actually think I might like you. Like, oh, that was nice what you did there. Or, and now all of a sudden your DMs are full of people that are like, will you please sell me a car? I want to buy it from you. Yeah. There's 20 of them closer to me. I want to buy, and I've had people say this to me from across the country. I'm buying it from you. I've been watching for a year.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay $2,000 to ship it to Los Angeles. I don't care. I'm buying it from you. That's great. I'll take your money. But like, I just wanted to know, like, you know what I mean? Aren't there a bunch of dealerships between here and there? But to your point, when you let somebody in behind the curtain like that, I encourage everybody to do behind the scenes. If anybody says, hey, I'm struggling, record your day. That's all I say. Just record your day.
Well, what's funny is like, so when I was a consumer before I was in the automotive space, and for a lot of the salespeople, this may resonate with you. When you went to buy a vehicle and when they left the desk and went up to the thing to talk to some guy at the tower, at the place, right? Like I, as a consumer, thought they're up there talking shit on me. Like they're just killing time and they're just going to raise the price. I don't even know what they're talking about. They're up there talking about me. Yeah. That's what I felt like, right? Yeah. Like that's how I felt. And so I wished I had been a fly on the wall when that was happening. And I could go, and that guy was going, yeah, but I really want her to have this truck, but I
Yeah.
don't know if we can get in her budget. Let me see if I can find another lender that will give her a better rate or give her a better term or whatever. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
But we don't know that. We don't
No.
know that they're up there advocating with the lenders for us. We think they're up there going, I think you could squeeze her for another 200. Go back to the desk.
Yeah,
And
or worse.
sometimes that's happening.
Yeah.
So
Oh, 100% or worse. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, or it could be something, not even about the deal. They're up there just wasting time. And I know that look when I'm at the desk at the tower and I see a customer kind of like a little bit like turn back, like they're interested, like what's he up there saying to him? And what
right,
they're really looking at, what they're looking at is my reaction.
right.
That's what you find a lot. It's like they're not really looking like, hey, what's taking so long? They're like, what's the manager?
Yeah, is it
Is he
going well for me?
that's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
So it's an interesting dynamic, but yeah, it's when you let people see behind the scenes, then they get to know you, and if you're a decent person, it can do nothing but good.
Yeah, if you're a shithead, do not prop that camera up at your tower
I
because
mean, unless you just I mean, some guys are purposely a shithead, because it gets views, right?
yeah.
It does get views. So I mean, because people love the train wreck,
Oh, of course.
people love the
100.
car crash.
And it edifies what they believed all along, right? Like it just keeps perpetuating that, shady car salesperson
Yeah,
motto that we all I've never even sold cars, but that we all have to live through.
for sure.
So what do you want people to know about the TikTok platform that they probably don't know? Like there's got to be some secrets behind the scenes that none of us know and we're all just out here fumbling our way through lives.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly are. I mean, like anything worth doing, you have to dig down to find out how to do it correctly. And I don't consider myself the foremost expert. There are guys out there with 3 times the followers of me. But, you don't get to any kind of level of a following unless you master the tricks and the trades. Unless every video you make goes viral, and that's just not real. So you have to kind of master the little tricks and things. Like, hey, I guess one thing that people, if I had to give a little bit of a do's and don't freebie, it would be that people don't realize that you should create your captions in the apps separately. Like that's a little trick. Like a lot of people, they'll make it in CapCut or whatever. They'll put their captions on there, and then they'll post to all 3 platforms, same with the same thing. What you really should be doing is
Yeah,
creating
but
it.
can you get those cool captions in TikTok? Like you
Yeah,
can get in the captions app, or
no, right. There's a caption tool right in TikTok. So
okay.
like when you're about to post, yeah, there's a caption thing right there, and you
Can you
should
change the style and the font and everything?
all of it.
Fun.
See, so like, a lot of people don't realize that like there's a lot of things in TikTok that you think you have to go outside of to get, but you really don't. Like there's filters in there, there's captions, there's stickers, there's overlays. You can edit just like and truthfully, the best TikTokers, that's what they do. They do everything in TikTok. Like there's a gal, I don't know if I showed you the gal that does the lip sync videos in the bathroom. Her name's Lady in the Bathroom. I don't know. Anyways, she's getting a shout out right now. Anyway, she's got 3 million followers.
I have followed her.
She is amazing, right? So
Yeah.
she was on a podcast the other night and blew the guys away. He's like, well, how do you make it look so good? And she's like, I do everything in TikTok. He's like, you don't use CapCut? And she's like, I do everything in TikTok. And this is a girl who's at the top of the game. And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of people don't realize how powerful and robust the actual tool is. Everybody's blown away by the algorithm and everything else, but the actual tool itself is absolutely amazing.
Right. I think that was pretty valuable lesson that you taught me as well. And like to even shoot your video in the app.
By the way, it's got a pretty cool natural filter that probably takes 5 years off of me. So
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I kind of liked it myself. Because like I'm a fan of shooting. A lot of people don't know, like in Instagram, if you don't know, like you can shoot in Instagram and you can use any of their filters and use that camera right there. And then you don't have to post it to Instagram. You can just shoot the video and download it to your phone and then use it wherever you want it. And like I've been doing that for years and I love it because there's one that's just like, it's like the iPhone 15 cinematic. That's like the only filter that I like on there. It literally like blurs my background out.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of filters on me because, I'm pretty real. and nobody's really looking. I'm not really looking to catfish anybody, so there's that. I mean,
Right, right,
I don't
right,
even like
exactly.
I don't even like seafood, so there's that.
Filters for what? Like, what am I trying to do? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
for
I'm
real,
not.
for real,
Yeah.
for real. So that's a great tip right there. And then, what do you think about how consistent you should put content out? Like, if you're looking to be not necessarily an influencer, but you're looking to feed the algorithm so it constantly is growing your account. What is that magic number that you should be at least doing this at the minimum?
One a day,
Okay.
minimum. Yeah, one a
And
day.
I know you talked about a time frame, like it has to be over a minute, right?
Yeah, so it's got to be over if you're looking to monetize it. That's that. So, like, if you get into the creator fund, which 10,000 followers and TikTok starts paying you to post. But the only way that you can get paid is if it's on a video that's a minute or longer because they're trying to encourage more long form content and try to compete with YouTube.
Right.
So they made that because we used to get paid for making 7-second videos and it was awesome. Yeah, because those always got great views because they're short. So they
Yeah.
get a lot of watch throughs. So the algorithm would keep pushing it. So we're like making bank off 7-second videos. I can make 9 of those, 10 of those a day. And then TikTok's like, wait a second, hold on a second. And so now it's got to be over a minute in order to get paid if you're in the creator fund, which again only takes 10,000 followers. You can get to 10,000 followers fast. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, but once a
We're
day,
going to test this out, aren't we? You and I.
where there's nothing, that might be my most exciting project right now. I'm dead serious. Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to get you there. But yeah, so once a day is really, is it bad to miss a day? If you're going to miss a day, miss a Saturday and a Sunday.
Okay.
If you're going to miss a day, miss Saturday or Sunday. Saturday night's the absolute worst time to post. People are out. They're just doing other things. Sundays are kind of, nobody really beats Monday or nobody beats the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, so Sundays are tough sometimes and nobody beats church. So
True.
Sundays are tough. Um,
That's what we teach people, like on the social media side of it, on the Facebook side of it, right? So on Sundays, they're like, "Do you want us to post on Sundays too?" And I'm like, "Yes, but what you're going to post on Sunday will be different. You're going to post an inspirational post or a motivational post
yeah,
because the frame of mind that people are in on a Sunday is different than the hustle of Monday.
yeah,
Like they've already been to church or they're relaxing, they've had breakfast with their family, they're in a different Zen place with
yeah.
themselves, and so you don't want to put this rah 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 rah, or I got this thing for sale. They don't give a shit. But
No,
what they do care about is like what they will share is something that touches them on a Sunday.
for
And so
sure.
like within our app, we have a whole motivational, inspirational section in there. And like
Yeah,
on Sunday, that text will come out that says, grab something from Social Grenade from the motivational category and post it today because we know the different frame of mind that happens during the week as well. So
yeah.
the same with TikTok.
Same, yeah, pretty much same thing. So it's, I mean, here again, have I had some videos do good on a Sunday? Yeah, but it's rare. And if you're going to do anything, just stay in the algorithm. Just post something just to stay in the algorithm. Don't expect
Right.
a lot of views.
Right. Nice. And so then, so if that's the minimum, that seems like a lot of work, Goat.
I mean, if I had a second phone, I would show you. You know what I mean? It's literally go to work. I mean, it's put your phone down. You know, yeah, it's put your phone down, hit record, and what you find too. I'll tell you, a lot of people think it's a lot of work because they think they have to think about the content so much.
Right.
Well, what's it going to be? What's it? Oh, should I say that? Let me jump on ChatGPT. Is that a fact? Let me jump on ChatGPT. Let me research that. What you find is when you start posting. I don't know if this it has happened for you. I'm sure it has, but you get to a point where you're so confident in your knowledge about your industry, zero thought,
Right.
zero thought. Hey, you know
For
what? You're
sure.
walking through the kitchen, and a guy, family member, texts you and says, "Hey, I'm looking for a car." Boom! Before you know it, I got my camera up. Guys, if you got family members out there looking for cars, you got to tell them to go here and do this and boom, done. I mean, like, so the people who don't post, they
I'm
say
the
it's
same way.
because
If that thought comes in my head, I've got to video it. Like whether I'm out exercising or not. Like I may be on the treadmill or on the Stairmaster listening to a book, and that inspires a thought. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off the book. I'm going to turn on the camera on the Stairmaster, and I'm going to record that video right then and there and
I've
like get
seen
that
you
out.
do it. I've seen the
Yeah.
Stairmaster videos.
It's the truth. Like I was literally listening to an audiobook before that. I'm like going, I'll forget this if I don't do this right now.
Yeah, yeah, and so you get this comfort zone to where you realize, man, I'm like I'm kind of an expert. I kind of know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And once you get that level of confidence, I think that helps the mental side. But the other reason I think people don't post, Robin, is um, how they think they are going to look, and there's such an insecurity, today. I mean, more so than ever. I mean, the insecurity is just rampant, right? Like, because you're comparing yourself to so many people that you see, and I would say to that the biggest influencers in the world, they're not necessarily handsome. It's not because they look great. It's not because, I mean, it's because of the content being educational and informative, or just crazy ass funny. You know what I mean?
So you don't think that you're a thirst trap?
My DMs might, I don't think I am, but my DMs tell me I might be. Like, I might
I love
be.
that.
Oh my God, it's great. Yeah. But yeah.
That's
So, but
hysterical. It's so funny because, I think about, I think about, and I don't think about like there are times when I consider it and go, oh my gosh, I mean, it's probably one every 100 thoughts, right? Like,
yeah.
who's going to listen to this person about that? And then at some point I go, I don't care, because if one person listens to it and picks it up, and I don't care if 10,000 other people go, that's bullshit. I don't care if one person picks it up and does a thing with it. I think about Belinda, right? And so one of the gals that was at our training, her name was Belinda, and she was about my age. And on day one, she says, we're like, so where are you at in all this? And she's like, I'm skeptical about the social media stuff. I'm skeptical. I'm just going to tell you. We're like, okay, we weren't there to convince her. She had come of her own free will. Nobody dragged her there.
Yeah.
And then by the end of this 2-day session, Belinda's making videos, posting to TikTok, consistently commenting on other people's posts, and she's killing it. Belinda is 63.
She might be my favorite like student so far. Like, I
Success
mean,
story, right?
oh my God, it's so great. You know what I mean? Like, to see that. I sent you that screenshot the other day. I'm in my DMs, and I see Belinda is on active on chat in
Yeah.
TikTok, and I'm like, you can kill me right
Yes.
now. That's it. I could die right now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So like, even if it's just that one person, right? Um, then that's who I'm speaking to, because I feel like when I make content, it's not out of my arrogance and I know more than you. I feel inspired to share something, and so I do. And so like, I don't do yet. I don't do skits yet. Like, everything I do is mostly like, oh my God, I just had this thought. I
Yeah.
need to tell somebody about it, and I discovered this. And like, I go to social media to learn. I don't go there to consume mostly. So like, if I'm on Instagram, I'm picking up Instagram hacks or tricks or Canva or any of these other things that I'm picking them up. I save the videos or I shoot them to my creative team, because we have an entire social media division within my company that is
Yeah.
just focused on that. And I will go, hey, this was really interesting. I loved how they made this font be video. Can you guys recreate that? Or I love this effect that they use. And I'm studying the things that are there. I'm never there just as a consumer to peek into somebody's life.
Yeah.
And then if I'm on Facebook, I'm also learning. Like, I'll scroll, and then if something stops my thumb scroll, the second thing I do is go down and see the number of likes, comments, and shares.
Yeah.
Because if it stopped me, how many other people did it stop?
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, then I will send that back to my team again and go, hey, can we recreate this? Can we put this out on 3 to 4 different dealership posts? Because this one really got some good engagement.
Yeah.
And so if you are looking to be in the social media space, then stop being there as a consumer and start being there as a student and as a creator.
Right. Yeah. And once you transition over into that thought process, it all makes sense. Like, it all comes together for you. Like, the little tricks that you didn't even know were being used to engage you or build somebody's account. And then you're hip to it. You're like, wait a second. So the algorithm pushes me more if more people watch my video all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why people I would see posting in their captions wait till the end? Oh my God. That was people just working the algorithm. Wait till
Yeah.
the end, see what happens at the end. You're not going to believe what happens at the end. You know what I mean? Or that's also why they do part one, part two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now
Mm-hmm.
you can tag that first video with part two, and then people have to go watch the whole video. So part two makes sense.
I know. And
So
what's funny is I've shot the same video twice and I haven't posted it either one yet because I don't think I've gotten it right yet. And it was, the story I told you about my dad burning our house down, right?
yeah,
And so like I don't think I've gotten it right so that I could get people all the way to the end of it. Like I
yeah,
probably led with that part of it and I shouldn't have led with it. And so like I'm rethinking like the structure, not just telling the story because you have a story to tell, but like if you're doing it because you want people to get all the way to the end and you get to tell the story, then what things do I need to tweak within that? So like I did it yesterday and I did it again today and I'm probably going to do it again tomorrow until I feel like I've gotten it to the point where like, if I post this now, this is going to, and I learned this one trick, like some of the gals that will do like their makeup and they're
yeah,
telling a story at the same time. So I was actually putting my eyebrows on at the
yeah,
same time
yeah,
as I was telling the story about
yeah.
this. And so like, and I know I don't have it right yet. So and I don't think I'm overthinking it. I think that I haven't got that rhythm down yet. Like, it should be like this, and this. And
Yeah.
so I'm a student and I'm learning and that's okay to be that
Oh
person. But
yeah.
I don't want to waste the my dad burned my house down story and not get it, not get it just right.
Well, see, all the creators that I personally know and myself would tell you that is such great potential content. Don't worry about it. That video is going to hit. Like you're talking, think about it. You know what I mean? What you're
I'm
saying.
sending it to you in a minute and then you can look at it.
I mean, and I know creators will tell you this. Yeah, I mean, should you consider are people going to watch it all the way through? Yes, but the best way to get people to watch it all the way through is just to be great content, just be interesting. You can put in the captions, watch till the end. You can do all that, and you should, especially in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's great content, I mean, I'm telling you, like some of the videos that
Well, I
I've
mean,
been.
it kept us entertained over some espresso martinis.
I
So
mean, I'm just telling you, like I wish I was recording that conversation so bad.
I
But
don't know why your phone wasn't set up. We're like,
I don't. I would have put it right in CapCut. I would have generated 20 clips out of it. Boom. And but no, it's yeah. So, but like with that, and again, maybe I'm saying that because I'm biased because I know what you're talking about. I don't think you have to worry about people watching it to the end at all. So again, it's good to know. It is good to know the tricks of the trade of the this of the
mhm.
that. It's good to know. Gary Vee will say the same thing. You know, he's your idol and mine, right? If the content's good, bro, doesn't matter. No, it
Yep.
doesn't matter how many followers you have. He's on some different stuff right now. Talking about followers don't matter, follower counts. I mean, he's ahead of everybody. And he's always said, doesn't matter. Just post it. And if it's
And you
great
know what? And
content,
we all sit there and go, "What? Oh my God, what?" And then he's always right.
always.
He's got this feel for what's coming,
Hmm.
and like you can sit there and go, "I don't believe blah 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 blah," or you can go, "You know what? What if he's right? Let's just keep doing the thing." And I mean, I watched this talk he gave he was giving a talk in New York, I believe, to a bunch of TikTok superstars, like they're making bank, right?
Yeah.
And it was like in this brewery, just sitting, and he's sitting right there, and he's just having this conversation with these people who are making so much money on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he was literally talking to them, and he was like, he's like, you can decide one way or the other what you're going to do. But he goes, every one of you started by creating content and then you created more content and then you went again. And so this one lady stood up and she goes, I used to be on TikTok because I really loved the sense of community. And I don't have that anymore once I moved to a affiliate account or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I just really kind of miss it. I don't have that anymore. And he goes, turn it off. Like, if that's what you're really there for is community, he's like, then just turn that part of it off. And then you don't get a check anymore, but you'll have all your friends back. And
Right.
she's like, yeah, no,
No,
I'm
yeah,
good.
no,
I'm
no,
good.
no. I would have
I'm good.
two separate accounts or something. But
Yeah, for
yeah,
real.
but that guy's he's so on point. I mean, I can't, whenever I watch, I can't stop watching him.
There's not a book that he's written that I haven't read.
Yeah.
And even like now, like whenever I train and teach on creating tribes, it came straight out of his book. He calls them cohorts.
Yeah.
Create your cohorts, but there really are just tribes of people. And then how do you do that? How do you create that tribe and suck them in and then monetize them and not get money out of them, but turn them into customers or turn them into raving fans, whatever it is you want to turn them into, so that they're constantly, no matter what, they're like your side. They're there to fight. The best thing that a dealership with a good culture can do is that when somebody wants to leave a bad review about them, that they have treated so many people so good
Yeah.
that the customers are in there fighting that person.
Yeah.
And
100%.
that's what you want to do. That's what
Yeah.
you want. Like whenever you're creating content, someone wants to be shitty towards Goat,
Yeah.
that the rest of your followers are like, shut up, get out
No,
of here. You don't even know
he's
what you're
not
talking
that
about.
guy. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is amazing. But I would say this too to the people that want to talk about monetizing, because there are people that look down on courses and monetizing your following and everything. For whatever reason they look down on it, okay? And it's fine. I look at it like I have an obligation to try to sell you something. What I'm saying is I know who I am, and I would much rather have you buying something from me. So
Right.
if I than other options. So I have an obligation to try to monetize you. If I'm really your friend and you're really part of my tribe, I don't want you buying from anybody but me, because
Right.
I know everything you buy from me is going to be transparent, priced aggressively, if we're talking about cars, whatever, and you're going to get a great experience.
Right.
So
And that my heart is with you doing better, not with me selling the thing.
I'm selling you something for the right reason. You need it. Now, if I'm just
Right.
blasting products out here at you and you're my community, yeah, okay, whatever. I kind of get that. But people are like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing a course, ew, that's this and that. It's like I feel an obligation to do it, because guess what? The next scroll, somebody else is going to try to sell them something, and it may not be his quality, and it may
Right.
not serve their purpose enough. So if you're my friend, how do you not try to help me and do business with you? So that's my
Right.
spiel
Right.
on
I
that.
agree. I agree too. So where can people find you? Like, I know that you are rolling out your social media training on site at dealerships and virtually as well.
Yeah.
And I 100% have sat in his course, so I know what the value is there.
Yes.
So like your salespeople need to know how to create content and I mean, I think of Steve. I love Steve so much. Right. So, and Steve won't mind us saying this, Steve has cerebral palsy, and he uses it as a superpower, but like he is on video all the time. And I'm here to tell you that Steve does not think of anything as a hindrance to what he has to do
Right.
ever. Like he's constantly the happiest guy you've ever met. He's selling cars. He wants your repeat business. He's out there doing the thing, and he's on video, and he posts at least every day.
Yeah.
And so then I go, and you can't post once a week?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like Steve is in a wheelchair or anything. He's fully,
No.
fully able-bodied. But I'm just saying, like, if you look at somebody who gets it, and like we even told Steve, create a cerebral palsy community. Like right there, those people need to know that they have an advocate in the car business too.
Yeah, he's
The
not the only
families that
one.
surround them. Yeah.
And he's not the only one. I mean, may not be
No,
cerebral palsy, but he could be, the other people that he would resonate with, that have any other kind of illness in the car business.
exactly.
So
Anything else that they're having to overcome that they feel like they're a victim already, and now they're going into a car dealership.
yeah,
So if you knew that part of it was not, a victim portion of it, now you're just going in and you've got an advocate there. I think it's
yeah,
great. Use it as your superpower.
yeah, it is
So
great.
how
Yeah.
can they get a hold of you, Goat?
Well, let's see. So you don't want to really
I'll put
promise.
all the details in the show notes down below. So
I
you
know you
just tell
will.
us what.
Best way is email, probably is honestly the best way. Shawn at goatforreal216.com.
Nice. We'll pop that down below.
Yeah,
And I tell you, hanging out with you is always fun. And if you ever
for
want to
sure.
talk to Shawn, do not call him on the phone. You must FaceTime him. He likes face to face
FaceTime.
conversation.
One day it's our generation. I'll let you go after this, but it's our generation. Tell me you don't feel better looking someone in the eye. That you got to.
Absolutely. Because
I
I won't
still,
listen. I won't listen to you if I'm talking to you on the phone. I hate talking on the phone more than anything.
and that's the
More
other
than
thing too.
anything.
I'm self-centered. I want to know that you're paying attention to me.
Yeah. For real. For
Yeah.
real.
So
All right, guys. So for all things social media, TikTok, video, everything that's absolutely cool going on in the world, Goat for Real 216. Follow him
yeah,
on
yeah.
all the socials. I will put his email in the show notes down below. And as always, it's always a pleasure every 4 to 5 hours when you and I talk.
I know.
So I love that.
I love it.
All right, guys. Peace out, and we will see you on the other side.
Thank you.